This is the future.
Hello everyone, welcome inside my garage. We're nice and secluded and safe, but we do have to go outside to film this very special video I have for you today. It's not actually this car. We'll be talking about this 2017 Chevy Cruze Hatchback. This is a very rare car, and I'm going to show you all the cool stuff about it. So let's go outside into the danger zone and film this video. Alright guys, here we are with the car. You join us on this very cloudy and blustery day, but it doesn't matter because we have the Cruze here to talk about. So, you may notice this very awesome orange color that this car comes in. Because this is a Cruze hatchback, it's actually the first year of the hatchback, it came in this special orange color as a first year only. So only the 2017 Cruzes could come in this color, and personally I think it looks fantastic. One of the awesome things about this color is that wherever my mom goes in this is her car, we always know she's there because it's that bright, you can see it from a mile away. So, if you come around front, we'll talk about some of the parts of this car. You can see down here, it says RS. So that's actually an optional package we got on this car. The RS package is not a huge package, but it adds some aero effects. Like you get a low splitter here, which is just the bane of our driveway. We scrape that a lot. But we got a lower splitter there. You get a bigger wing on the back that we'll talk about later. Some more ground effects. Overall, it makes a huge difference. The car looks way better with the RS package. So let's look under the hood to see what we got. Alrighty, let's look under. So we got Chevy's 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. So this is actually the same engine that is found in the Chevy Sonic that you can see in Greasy's car. Check out the stick shift video where Carlos drives it. It's a great video. So it's a pipey little engine. Like I said, 1.4. It's the smallest engine we have. But this manages to get consistently 35 miles per gallon, which is way better than I get, and it could be down to the driver. But yeah, it's a good little engine, and it fits well in this car. So if we come down the side of the Chevy Cruze hatchback, you can see some of the really cool lines on this car. I especially like the headlights in this. This incorporates a lot of Chevy's new styling, and I think it actually looks really good, especially in this color, which again, I said is limited edition. It's rare you see an orange Cruze like this. This is not the premium Cruze, unfortunately. We wanted to get the premium, but I'll explain in a bit why we didn't. However, we have the LT version, which is the second best, and you actually get the 16-inch wheels instead of the 17-inch wheels, which still look pretty good. I mean, it might look better with bigger wheels, but that would hurt the ride quality. So I think that we got some nice trim down the door. Again, I really like the line coming over the front wheel there, and then this line that follows up the back. It's just a good looking car, especially with the RS package. You can see the larger wing we get that comes with that. Again, looks so much better. Night and day difference with the RS package. One of the definite things you should get. You can see some more cool stuff down here. Unfortunately, fake vents, but what are you gonna do? I still think it's a good looking car, especially around the back. It's pretty neat. You can see again the taillights, really neat design. You actually have a little Chevy logo emblazoned in this, kind of just detailed, almost Camaro-esque lights on this car. Really cool, considering that this is just a hatchback, and it is the very first Cruze hatchback. And with all of the options combined, this car is probably only one of around 2 that are spec'd out like this. It's a very rare car. So let's check out the back seat. So joining me in the back of the Cruze, and we can talk about what this car is best at. Now I know I talked about my Dart and how great the back seat was, but this is the ultimate back seat. I mean, you can sit in here and you have so much space. It's fantastic. Like this is where the seat is for me, and I got so much headroom. It just feels airy in here, which is interesting because you look at it from the outside and the car doesn't look that big, but when you sit in the back, it's huge. Got plenty of room. I've ridden to many a swim meets in the back of this car and been totally comfortable the whole time. Some of the cool things we got back here, you got, of course, your cup holders. Unfortunately, there is no travel to the trunk in this car, but other than that, there's not really too much things back here. I mean, you know, you got a compartment, that's about it, but the space back here is remarkable. Let's jump up front. All right, so in the front of the Cruze, obviously there's a lot more to talk about up here than in the back. So, in the front of this car, again, we have very nice seats, comfortable. We do have the cloth. I do believe this car came with leather, but again, that was a premium option that we didn't get, as well as a sunroof. My mom really wanted a sunroof, but couldn't get it unless you got the premium. Now, the reason we did not get the premium is because, yep, you guessed it, 6-speed manual. It's a stick shift. You're probably noticing a trend with all of the cars I'm reviewing, but it is a stick shift and very rare. That's what makes this car so awesome, among many things, is that this is a first-year orange Chevy Cruze hatchback with a stick shift. I mean, there has to be very few of those, especially in this first-year color with the RS package. It makes it very unique, but for some reason, Chevy would not let us get a premium Cruze with a stick shift. I have no idea why. Nor would they let us get a sunroof with a stick shift. Chevy, why? It is what it is. It's still a great car. So I think let's take it for a drive now. All right, we're nice and started up and ready to go in this car. Fun fact, I actually learned to drive stick in this car. This was the first stick shift car I drove. Interesting things about this transmission is it can be a little tricky. Overall, I think it's pretty easy, but first gear is very short and it can kind of trip you up sometimes, as it did to me many times while I was driving this for the first time. But I've gotten the hang of it. I literally jumped right out of my Dart into this car and I drove it no problem, which kind of surprised me because normally, especially going Dodge to Chevy, it can be a lot different. I'm sorry everyone, we want to do more Carlos driving stick shift cars, but due to this whole situation, I haven't seen Carlos in a while, which is sad. Carlos, you better be watching this video. So, driving the 2017 Cruze Hatchback RS manual. It's a great car to drive. All right, it's not sporty in the sense that the ST is sporty, but it's just fine. I mean, there is no car that cruises, ironically, like the Cruze. It's just fantastic. You get in this car, and if you just listen, total silence. It's so quiet in here. And it might be due to the lower, or the smaller sized wheels probably help with a quiet ride, but just driving in this thing, it's really nice. It's so comfy. I love it. And especially in the back seats, you got all that room, like I said. You just sit in this car, and you cruise. It's so nice. But we do have a turbocharged engine. It might be a 1.4, but it is a very mighty 1.4 liter engine. For example, if I downshift a little bit, you get the boost. It actually pulls pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. You can get this car moving pretty fast, especially when you put premium in it. That actually makes a big difference. I was talking to my mom, and she loves this car. By the way, if you ask my mom anything about cars, you will get the response, I like my Cruze. I'll be at car shows, right? New York Car Show, Philly Car Show. And I'm like, Mom, you like this car? I'm like, you know, $500,000 Lamborghini. She's like, I like my Cruze. It's great. And it is a very likable car. Especially the quietness of it is really nice. You don't hear the engine at all, which might be a good thing. It is a 1.4 liter. But you don't really hear the engine at all. Sometimes with the windows down, you can hear the turbo, which is pretty cool. But it's just so quiet in here. There's no wind noise. There's no road noise. It's just nice. One complaint about this car, I actually remember reading on a review, is that you have this reverse latch on the shifter, and that they're like, oh, it always gets in the way when you're driving and everything. I don't know how they drive stick shift, but that's never bothered me. It's never gotten in my way or been like annoying. I don't know who said that, but it's a strange thing to complain about. And I haven't had any issues with it. It's kind of cool actually. It's like a trigger element. Woohoo! I'm telling you, the turbo, you gotta spool it up, but once it's spooled up, you get moving. This car's no slouch. And also, it's a pretty wide car, so it handles pretty well too. You've got, you know, the wide stance on it. And that RS package with all that downforce, is definitely helping. Some things on this car that I have to confess kind of bug me is one of the big ones is this screen. It's a fine screen and it has Apple CarPlay and it works great, but it's very small and I don't really like how it looks. That's just me. I'm used to my Dart has a larger screen. I think in the premium you get a larger screen, but this screen, it works fine and everything. It just seems small. Boop. Every time you hit it, it goes boop. Boop. Why does it do that? I don't know. I think you can turn that off, but that just really annoys me. Boop. We have this strange material on the steering wheel. I don't know what it is, but it feels nice. It feels nice on your hands. We actually have some nice cloth here through the doors. Kind of neat interior touches. We have blue stitching on the seats, which is kind of interesting. I think all Cruzes have blue stitching, and I kind of wish this had orange stitching. Would have been neat, but that's pretty cool too. And like I said, it has a lot of the new Chevy design language, and might have been one of the first cars to have this. This car looks a lot more expensive than it is, especially in this color. I like how it looks. Like, we've got these cool buttons on the steering wheel. Like, look at that. It looks like you're going very fast. It's very cool. I like it. That's our cruise control. And some of the other buttons we have on here. On the steering wheel, we got a, I think we have, it's like my car. We have buttons on the back of the steering wheel for your audio, you know, skip track, volume, that kind of stuff. But transmission, very easy to shift when you get used to it. This handbrake, when you put it in park, it only goes up to about here, and some people don't like that, Gracie, but I mean, it's fine. You just have to remember it's up. I have also tried to drive away with the handbrake still on and had to put it back down. It's only embarrassing a little bit, but after that, you're fine. We got good tech in here as well. We got all of our buttons, things, and heated seats. So nice. 3 settings, pretty good. They are very good heated seats, and with the cloth, I think, is it just me or do cloth heated seats work better than leather heated seats? Because I feel like they do. It's probably because they're thinner, but these are very good heated seats. They work very well. Obviously, this is a GM car. All of the heating and cooling works very well. The air conditioning is outstanding. Very nice. It's really nice. Like, this is not a very nice road, and I'm just cruising along in my Cruze. We got a screen between the gauges here, give us some of our information. What's our fuel economy right now? 36.7. Holy crap. You know what the best miles per gallon we've got on this car is? 47.6. That's insane. The best I've gotten in my Dart is 30. There we go. The turbo lag is there. Don't get me wrong, it is there. This is a very small engine that makes a lot of its power from boost. So when you're below 2,000 RPM, yeah, I mean, here, look, we're in 5th gear going 50 miles an hour. Floor it. Nothing happens. But when you rev it out, and especially because this is a stick shift car, it's easy to keep it in the right gear whenever you want. That's not really an issue. I've only driven the automatic a few times. Our grandmother also has a Cruze, an automatic. Make sure to leave a like if you want to see comparison video. But what with everything going on right now, I don't know if that'll happen very soon. But it's still a decent transmission. But I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Manual transmissions are the way to go. Why doesn't everything have a manual? It should be that way. They're so much better, especially in a normal car like this. You can keep it in whatever gear you want. You know, this isn't an inherently sporty car, but with the manual, it can be a sporty car. And especially with the RS package, it has the looks to be sporty. They only made this for 3 years, and then they stopped making the Cruze. Because for some reason, again, everybody's buying crossovers, and I don't know why. But this being a cool, sporty hatchback, you know, it sold pretty well in the first year, and then I believe it went out of production last year, 2019, I think so. It only ran for 3 years. For some reason, people didn't want to buy it, even though, as I've just been talking about, I think it's a very good car. I love riding in this car, and I do enjoy driving it. It's not super sporty like the ST, though the ST is more expensive, but it is very good. And for some reason, every car that we own is out of production, except Gracie's Chevy Sonic. That car, they are still making it. But this car, they no longer make. The ST I just reviewed, they no longer make. My Dart, they no longer make. My brother's Cobalt, they don't make anymore. It's like, I don't know, we just buy cars that nobody else buys for some reason. Because we have good taste. If more people bought it in stick shift, then it wouldn't have gone out of production because it's a better car as a stick. Ooh, feel that turbo. Second gear pull, 3,000 RPM. There we go. But again, you can't hear anything. We've actually run into the problem with this car where you don't know if it's on or off because you can't hear the engine. And it's start and stop button, so you always have the key with you. You don't know if it's on or off. Alrighty, here we go. Twisty roads. Power! It'll go. Just gotta rev out that tiny little 4-cylinder. Boost! Ooh. Feel the boost build. It's fun. You can push it, and you rev out that little engine. It's great. It's nice. The steering is very light in this car, I will say. That's not a bad thing. It fits with the overall mood of this car of kind of a quiet, nice place to be, right? But the steering, it's very, very light steering. Thought I would point that out. Another great thing. One touch down windows everywhere. So nice. We don't have one touch up windows, which just puts it to the next level. But it's still pretty good. One touch down windows, better than I have. It's a nice feature. But not having a sunroof does make it quieter in here, which adds to the overall effect of the Cruze. Pulling back up, quick shout out again, Whisker Studios, who edits my videos. Also edits another channel, Venture FAC. Go check it out if you want some scripture related live stream stuff. We live stream every Tuesday on the Venture Instagram. Alright guys, that wraps up our review of the 2017 orange Chevy Cruze Hatchback RS 6-speed manual. A very rare car, hard to find one just like this. It's a great car, I love driving it, very well equipped, fun to drive, and of course, it's very rare. And remember guys, I like my Cruze.
And go.
Oh my god, stop it. You may notice a trend with all the cars we have. Now, see, that's not good. You can't see the stick shift. Take one. As the first year when it came out. Very windy. Bear with me. Yeah. So another thing that sets this apart. Don't know the horsepower rating. How did I mean, what are you gonna do? It's not as good as a Dart. No, don't put that in. Mom will get mad. And there's also a lot of cars on the road. I thought everybody was supposed to be at home and the roads would just be open for me to do whatever I want. And also, this is just a problem I have, I think, with, that was a stick. There's a man on the wrong side of the road. What's he doing? Also, if you're wondering why we didn't film this in front of our house like we usually do, for some reason, while everyone is not at work right now or at school, they all decide to be outside my house. All of them, the entire neighborhood, they're all outside my house and they won't go away. How am I supposed to film videos with people everywhere? Very annoying. Hard to drive, very different from all the other, well, no, it's not. Okay, no. That was good until then. All right, let's end that out.